everyone, IrixGuy here, and you should be able to see and hear me now. Sorry for the technical issue, but I had a issue in the studio, had to reboot the streaming server. So if you can hear me and see me, yep, hello everyone, hello John, hello Scuba, hello Fear Not Mudtones. So yeah, it looks like we're good to go now. So got a lot of stuff today. At the time of hosting this live show, the first DJI Mavic Pro field test, the video is uploading, and actually I'm recharging the battery now so that I can fly yet again and see what all we can get out of it. I love the Mavic Pro battery size, and obviously the controller size and the Mavic Pro size. And I was impressed with the flight, but when the first field test video finishes processing, it's uploaded, but it's processing, watch it and tell me what you think, because it's about a half hour long. It is in 4K Ultra HD, and I just go through the entire process, and there's certain components that I feel. There's 2 live events up. Wait a minute. Thanks for the heads up. That's strange. Let me see. Something funky's going on here. But if you can see and hear me on this one, this is the live event that should be the live event. I think when I restarted my server, it may have briefly created some confusion there. But yeah, okay. So it looks like we're rolling well on this one. So yeah, we can talk about whatever today during today's episode of Epic Drone Show Live. But, obviously the Mavic Pro and the Phantom 4 Pro, they're kind of the focal points. So again, you'll be able to see the field test video. Now keep in mind, my first field test, I flew the Mavic Pro with this camera cover on. And it's easy to take on. See, it just pops on. It pops off. You can fly with or without it. Now flying with it, you'll notice a lot of lens flare and less than desirable visual effects. And flying without it, unfortunately, flying without the transparent camera guard, there were still some undesirable visual effects. And you'll see that in a couple of videos that I'll post after the first field test. Because the first field test, I flew exclusively with the camera protector on. But after that, I got brave and I flew it naked like this. Now, that's one of the pain points with the Mavic Pro, is there's not a lens filter that you can screw on and screw off the camera like you can with the Phantom series. So if you're landing or you're flying and you hit a bug or something and this camera becomes scratched, it's probably going to be an expensive repair. Whereas if you had a little lens filter on it, that may better protect the camera lens and or the camera from damage. So that's something that I feel there's area for improvement with the Mavic Pro. Not that it's a deal breaker by any means, but it's something that could be done better. Also, you'll notice during the first field test video when it goes live here in probably a half hour or so, actually an hour because it's a huge video. It's got a process on YouTube side. Unfortunately, the video quality, even when I tap to focus, in my opinion, it's not as good as the Phantom 4. So, I was expecting, with a smaller camera, it may not be as good, but from my experience, there's a visual difference, and it's significant. And obviously with this for 4K, like my other cameras that are 4K, I use the same 4K video editing workflow. So the videos themselves were all edited and published using the same settings. And I can notice a significant visual difference there. Not that it's too bad. I mean, you're getting a lot of advantages with the Mavic Pro. I mean, you're getting a smaller travel size and a smaller travel weight, but that's still something that if you're if your primary pursuit with a drone is video and or photo, you may get better. You're probably going to get a lot better results with a Phantom 4. So, but yeah, I mean, just look at this, the way it folds up. I have not tried the Litchi app yet. Engine John says, looking forward to seeing the Mavic video. I'm looking forward to everyone seeing it too, and tell me what you think when you watch it, because I mean, y'all may notice a lot of things that I didn't even notice. I know when I edited the video, and by editing I mean piecing it together. I mean, this is an unedited first time in the field of the Mavic Pro experience, but there were a lot of things that I didn't see from my little FPV display on my controller that I noticed when I was watching the downloaded video. This little thing right here is the little piece that goes over the camera protector to prevent it from getting scratched. Scuba says they have clip-on filters from Polar Pro and a couple others. I'll have to check those out, because definitely, flying with this plastic piece, although it better protects the camera, it's not optimal from a visual quality perspective. So that's, if you get a Mavic, probably the first thing you want to do is get some sort of lens filter. So after this show, I'm going to check that out, and I'll be sure to share some links to those filters on 400orbelow.com. One thing you'll notice in the first field test of the Mavic Pro is the landing pad. Actually, I've got a landing pad that I took off from and also landed on to better reduce the risk of my camera becoming damaged. I mean, obviously, I feel that I'm an experienced pilot. I've got hundreds of hours of drone flight experience, but this still makes me nervous, that being so close to the ground. The control of the Mavic Pro when it's up in the air, flying it feels just as good, if not better, than a Phantom. I really like the controller. The tactile feel of it is really nice. I never encountered any FPV issues. I mean, obviously, I was flying line of sight to be safe and responsible, but I never encountered a moment to where I couldn't see what was going on within I used the iPod Touch in this, and I never ran into a situation where I couldn't see what was going on, so that was good. Scuba says, I will have my filters before my Mavic, I'm sure. Well, if you get really desperate, man, they're out, they're out there right now. I put a link up on my website. There's a lot of people selling them that, there's obviously a small markup from retail price, but there's a lot of them out there for sale. But yeah, just thinking about the Mavic Pro and the Phantom 4 Pro and the Phantom 4. I mean, having experienced what I've experienced already with the Mavic Pro, I like it. I mean, I really do. It's very well made. To be so small, it's very well made. But if you're needing video and photo in the best quality possible, you're probably going to want to go with a Phantom 4, a Phantom 3 Pro, or a Phantom 4 Pro. So, it's hard for me to recommend this after exhaustively testing it already. It's hard for me to recommend it for video quality. Now, portability, travel size, travel weight, yes, it's number one. Even though it's this small, it still performs. But, don't expect... I look at this drone, at the Mavic Pro, it's like a point-and-shoot camera. You're going to carry your expensive DSLR mirrorless camera, but you may also carry a secondary camera. This would be that camera for me. It's just not... don't get me wrong, it's awesome. But it did disappoint me from a video quality perspective. And you'll see for yourself, how that looks. And if you get a Mavic, look at some of your videos from other drones, and then do a side-by-side comparison. You'll probably notice it. And unfortunately, it's not a subtle difference. I was expecting a subtle difference, and there's times, and this is with the most recent firmware. I updated the firmware this morning before my first flight. So, all the firmware was the most current, and maybe this is something in the future that'll go away. But there's noticeable, although I didn't get the propellers in the camera's field of view, there's moments where you'll see like it looks like just bands of light going across. The lens flare, even without the camera guard, can be pretty severe in comparison to say a Phantom 4 or Phantom 3 Pro. So that's something to be aware of. It's welcome aboard. Welcome aboard Alexander's Drone Videography. Yeah, so there's things that you should be aware of. Now, also the stability. When this thing is when it's flying, especially if you're doing rapid ascents, descents, moving around, you'll notice times where the gimbal, it's almost like it can't keep up as well as it can on a Phantom 3 Pro or a Phantom 4. So, it's definitely, it does handle well in the wind. There was a mild wind today when I did my first field test, and you'll see it in the video. I think it was 3.6 knots or so was the wind speed. So, it handled well. From a performance perspective, it handled well. But I question the little bit of jitter when you look at the video real closely. Is the slight shakiness of the video, is that due to the propellers? Because obviously this is a first of breed for a DJI drone. I mean, these propellers, see how they pop out like that. So it's not a continuous propeller piece like you're getting on the Phantom. So I mean, there's all kinds of all kinds of things that someone should closely look at, because if you're new to drones and you got one of these, you're probably going to be ecstatic. You're going to think it's the most cool thing in the world, and it is. But if you've flown drones for a while, you're probably going to notice these subtle pain points. So one other thing that's interesting, and this had been mentioned previously, that with the camera, unlike a Phantom, where it automatically focuses when you take off, this you've got to manually tap the screen to achieve focus before you start filming. And that's something that would be easy to forget. Now, in my field test video, I intentionally flew the first minute or so without it being focused. So you could see once the screen was tapped to focus the video, you can see how much better it looks at that point. But that's something that it'd be so easy to forget. And actually, I forgot it with a follow-up flight. I flew a few times after my initial flight, and there were times where I forgot to focus. So, it's easy to do. Alexander's Drone Videography said, I replied to your comment. I was wondering if you could give me some drone footage. Please let me know when you have some time. What kind of footage are you talking about? Scuba says, I heard the new firmware, it does the autofocus as soon as you take off. Well, I can tell you the firmware I installed, it was the most current as of today, which is the 10th of December. So, and I know from one of my flights today that after I took off and then I hit focus, it didn't look blurry. But even with the firmware current as of today, it still looked blurry unless I tap focus first. So, maybe that's maybe there's something within the DJI Go app that I've got to go to enable that automatic focus upon takeoff, and maybe that's the point of failure. So that's good heads up on that, because that's something that actually I want to get into the app and see if there's a way to do that. But it troubles me to think, why would DJI, given that this is still using the DJI Go app, why would they introduce a new drone and require that manually click to focus the camera? Is there a reason why? It just seems really bizarre. Alexander's Drone Videography says, I have a Phantom 4 and Phantom 3 Advanced. I'm going to do a cool flight over this really large park. It would be a good video. If you could show it on your channel. always welcome if you go to facebook.com/IrixGuy. It's probably the best way if you want to share a video with me. I don't host other videos, and the only reason being is that I have so many requests that if I do it for one person, I'd have to do it for multiple. I'm always open for YouTube collaboration, but to actually upload somebody else's content, it's a policy of my channel. It's nothing personal. I can't do it because if I do it for one person, I have to do it for everybody. But if you want to share a video on facebook.com/IrixGuy, a video that you're hosting, all power to you. Go for it. So yeah, this is good, but I have a feeling that the Phantom 4 Pro at this point in time is going to be the king. Now, if you saw my first Phantom 4 Pro flight, not the Mavic Pro, but the Phantom 4 Pro, you're probably aware that I never got it off the ground because my Phantom 4 Pro, unfortunately, the controller was bricked, and I couldn't troubleshoot and resolve the issue, so I just sent it back for a refund. And I'm going to pick another one up. Yeah, no problem, Alexander's Drone Videography. Yeah, check out my Facebook. I mean, that's the way I got to do it, man. So, what questions y'all have for me about the Mavic Pro or any drone? Let's see. Let me fire up my app and I'll tell you which app version I'm using. Should be the most current app. I update it from the App Store. You put it on here and we'll see. It's kind of cool how this controller, you just stick your iOS device or whatever into it like this. Yep, so I'm just going into there's DJI Go and DJI Go 4. Let me see. Okay, so I am in the app, and it is... Oh, okay. Great catch. Okay, this is version 3.1.1 of DJI Go. Okay, so I need to download DJI Go 4. See, I didn't know that was out there. See, let me go to App Store here. I go find my App Store. Thanks for the heads up on this, because this may be the root cause of that having to manually focus requirement. So you're going to search for DJI Go. Isn't that weird? So you go into the App Store, and there's DJI Go, but then there's also DJI Go 4. Wonder why they did it like that. I mean, that's got to confuse a lot of people. I had no idea there was a new... When I went to App Store and updated my app, I had no idea there was a new version of the app out there. Okay, so it's downloading DJI Go 4. So to your point earlier about the autofocus, that may be the root cause for me because I was using an older version of the Go app. So we'll do a test flight with this and see. Thought I heard a phone. That's weird. Yeah, we'll do a test with this and see if it enables the autofocus without having to manually click the screen. Great tip, thank you. What are you using on your iPhone that fits in the controller? This is not an iPhone. This is actually an iPod Touch, and the version I'm using. Let me get a link here. I like flying with this because it's a smaller device, and it's easier to travel with along with all my other gear. So the iPod Touch that I'm using is this one right here. Case listed there, not recommendation. I will delete. I mean, with keep the previous version of DJI Go if you've gone to DJI Go 4. I mean, if your drone is Mavic or Phantom 4 or Phantom 5, I think it's almost processed. Let's see. Whoa. We got something crazy. Whoa, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Sean Coonery is acting crazy. He's running around. I haven't tried, but DJI 4 is supposed to be backwards compatible with 3 Pro. Cool. Yeah, I don't have the. I'd test it, but I don't have my Phantom 3 anymore. So yeah, the video, the first field test. YouTube's in, so then you bought it, you can tell it how it is. I mean, my experience with all the Phantoms has been great until the Phantom 4 Pro, which I got my first DOA Phantom, and the the Mavic Pro. It's good experience, but you'll see the undoctored up truth of how it performed, at least how it performed for me. So for that reason, even if I was offered free drones, I probably wouldn't accept them because then you feel like you're being bad if you say something that's less than positive. So Jason says try using Go 4 app on your P4 just in case that was the problem with the controller. Well, I would have tested it if I hadn't shipped it back for a refund. But when I get my new Phantom 4 Pro, I'm definitely going to use the version 4 for sure. Okay, well, version 4 installed here. So that's really cool. So here's what I'm going to do. We're 30 minutes into this live show, but there's so much with the Mavic Pro to test that what I'm going to do right now, actually, I'm going to rush out and film another video using the version 4 of the app. So what I'm going to try to do is tomorrow try to do a live show and just kind of do a follow-up on some things. So check out my DJI Mavic Pro video and tell me what you think. Share your feedback, and I'm going to go out right now and actually film another video with the Mavic Pro with this new app version and see how it works. Check out 400orbelow.com. 400below.com is my site, but what I do on the site is that I link to all the drones, the drone accessories, so you can find it all there. So if you go to 400orbelow.com and share with others as well, that really helps me a lot. So yeah, check it out. Yep, Kevin's right. I may check out the Phantom 4 Pro Plus, the one that comes with the screen. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this live event. Sorry, so short. Just want to give everyone a quick update. Mavic Pro 4 first field test video should be up in about a half hour. But I'm going to go fly. I'm going to fly the Mavic Pro with this new app and see how that does. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. YouTube.com/IrixGuy. Y'all have a good day. Oops, got to find my shutdown button. Oh, yeah. Outro. Oops. Hey, y'all. IrixGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share.